Yes, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Vape Show podcast. It's all one recording, there ain't no editing. With me, #1 job, John.
Worst intro ever.
That's why they
And
call me
on
One
that
Job John.
bombshell, it's good night from me.
Anybody ever wonders why are you called #1 job, John? Because I've got so many jobs going on at the same time that I trip up and I stumble and sometimes I stutter.
One of them right.
Probably haven't even unmuted myself. Have I even hit record? No, we are recording. I have unmuted myself. So there we go. So how are you in the wonderful world of vape at the moment, Mr. J Vapes?
Well, I wasn't ready because you didn't tell me we were going live, so I didn't put my snapback on or anything. You know what I mean? Fuck beards,
Do you know what? I actually forget that although this isn't a video recorded, this is a talking that people can still see us because we are still visually video-wise on YouTube. But the premise and the idea of the podcast is it's something that you can listen to because we're not going to physically show you any items, even though we have got some vape mail that we're going to talk about. But there will be unboxings and separate reviews for those items.
I can imagine it now. So the new Inikin MVP is a pod system that I think has better flavour than the new Inikin Chroma 217. Flawless.
Beautiful, mate, beautiful. And as I say, no comments like look at the lovely bit. Do you know what I mean? It's just straight up. Well, I mean, that's I think that's all we got in the vape mail last week. The Inikin Chroma.
I was going to say, for the people that are just listening, we can describe it. So 2700, 21700, and you get 100 wattage.
What, at the same time?
Yeah, single. And then there is an adapter included, really strong magnet. So if you put an 18650 in there, you get 80 watts of power, and it has lovely snazzy inserts. I've got the blue Mariana.
It's quite clever, actually, isn't it? It's a magnetic battery adapter, so it actually holds itself in place rather than just being a plastic sleeve that goes around the outside of the battery.
Quality, mate.
Which is just a bit handy.
And the innovativeness.
We've actually seen some innovation. Stop the horses. I need a sound effect just to say we have seen innovation.
Hang on, I'll do it.
I'm desperately reaching for my stream deck, and so we have seen some innovation, ladies and gentlemen. In the form of a tank that you can remove the coil from the bottom without the liquid coming out, with you just holding the tank actually upright. It's got some gubbins going on inside there that blocks it all off, and that's a very clever feature. I
think it's the first where you can do it with a completely full tank. I know some do it where, even if you've got 3/4 of the tank, you can still. Now this is literally
the wire rice. The wire rice, you can do it because it loads its coil from the top in its own innovative design.
All right, I'll rephrase. It is the world's first bottom loading coil.
Bottom unloading. That's it. Yeah, you can unload from the bottom without making any mess. Which is
no one wants bottom seepage.
No, definitely not. So that's nice to see. Again, not groundbreaking, but at the same time, something that should have been around for a long time and hasn't really appeared or taken off in the world of the sub-ohm coils. We've seen more and more of the P&P style in the sub-ohm. They're not so many of them are screwing coils these days. So it's nice to see a little something just to make lives a little bit easier for the sub-ohm vapors. So we've mine just landed today. So I've done an unboxing video that you can check out on YouTube, and we'll be doing a review a little bit further down the line once we've gauged an idea as to how it is. Here, Jake, talking of which, I think I might have put my foot in it somewhere with Geek Vape.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got a message on Sunday saying, please don't demonstrate products until we've given you the release date. And I was like, I've got no idea. I just got a product and no one sent me a message or said anything. So I've been showing it off because it's fancy as. And I don't know whether or not it's the Paris Saint-Germain livery Obelisk 65, whether that's because I haven't seen it anywhere on the internet.
Moving on.
So what you were going to say is, they told me not to show it to anybody until the 24th of March. Oh, right. Did that not make it to me then?
I never received it. So I literally, was like, no worries. I hadn't even got one.
Forgot that I got it.
Well, at that point, you had already done, so, we can't You know what I mean? If they're going to tell after the fact or tell someone that hasn't, yes, we're the same people, me and you, same
But I was
VVS.
going to say they can email me, and
But
they didn't. So I did ask her, look, if you can email me information about what you're sending, just so I've got that reference, then I won't show anything too early. But I did an edit on Instagram on Sunday, and it was a picture of the Paris Saint-Germain team all celebrating, and I put the Obelisk 65 in one of their hands. Yeah, tagged them, and I tagged PSG in it as well. Yeah,
but anyway,
wasn't too
guys,
long after that. I got a telling off on the email. So, but lovely
and what,
products.
what's your nickname? What's your nickname?
That would be hashtag One Job John for a reason. I own it.
It's true. It's
Quite
true.
simple.
I don't know if you saw this last week, guys, because we were live on
No,
the
we
old
weren't.
YouTube. We were.
We go live.
Oh,
What?
on YouTube,
You
yeah.
mean every Wednesday to Saturday, 9 p.m. ish, on the Vape Show on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn.
Reddit,
Golly
everywhere.
gosh. Golly gosh. Well, yes.
But we went live with the bearded Viking, Brent
Ah,
Palmer himself, also known as Bruno.
man.
And what were your thoughts on his new designs?
Well, I've always loved from the very, very first time I saw the Skulk or Sulk or Shulk at his stand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love the original design, and that's what drew me in to him as a creator, as an artist in his field. And he's still,
for me.
I believe he still produces the best on the planet. They've released a new design that he did a guessing game, guess the name or create the name competition for. It showed us some of the doors that they're doing for the Pulse AIO, and some of the new stuff that Babe Robot are producing. And yeah, man, it's definitely a brand to watch, and it's great to see.
I say Brent and Sam are working closely together now, and Bearded Viking and the Bogan. The Bogan has got a few things on the horizon and a few already released. He's got his own socks. I know a few people have asked for VVS socks, and well, if we get 4,000 pre-orders, then we'll order some, because I reckon we'd have to order a fair set.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. But yeah, man, they've got loads going on there, which is great, because as I say, it's a brand that I love, and I know that this is a very, very difficult industry to exist in. Margins are so slim when it comes to hardware that you've got to have the ability to produce something unique, and that seems to be the offer that they have at the moment. So loving that.
Definitely. And yeah, guys, if you are watching this on YouTube and you want to leave a comment, that is completely fine. We're not going to force you to, but drop a comment, guys. Hashtag drop a comment if you would like to see Bruno Palmer himself on a VVS Inside Vape. Yep. And have a little discussion with what we've got lined up or what he has lined up for us.
I was going to say, I'm sure if we get enough interest, he'll come onto the Inside Vape Show. And
I definitely want him on. I just want to see what you guys at home think. Would you want him on?
Always nice to hear. Always nice to hear. And it's just an excuse for us to have a beer with the beard. Always good fun. Always good fun. And it was a great show. It was a long evening because it was basically 6 till 11 near enough in the end.
So yeah, it was. And let's just say the beard wouldn't let me not drink on his live. So
you took full of bail, didn't you?
20. Yeah, we had a 20-30 minute break where I
was going to say you had a pit stop in the middle.
Yeah, if I didn't get some protein and noodles, carbohydrates, I
just rolled through, and actually I went onto the Patreon chat that they do. Valhalla calls it with his patrons afterwards, and just had a chat with some of the guys there. Absolute top bunch of people, man. And that was nice to have a chat there and see some of the other faces from around the vape world.
Sure. Oh yeah, no, I was on there for a little bit. Michael,
and then the lights just appeared in front of him. So I'm just gonna nip off for feed me.
Yeah. I can do a 2-hour live with a few bevies, but 4 and a bit is a bit much. So yeah, that's what we did last week. It was a poor turnout at the end of the week. Saturday, Vape or no Vape, only the one game done and dusted, but we did get a winner, the Godfather. Oh, pardon me. he walked away with a cheeky little prize, and obviously prizes throughout the week,
He
which
walked away with a
sadly
lovely
didn't
prize.
go out this Monday. So apologies for that. The van
Yeah, for
wasn't
those that
there.
don't know, I live in I live in the sticks, and
Back end of
my
nowhere.
post van is a post van. It parks at the petrol station, opens its back doors, and you go inside the van. You know, you go in the back doors and see the lovely lady, and you know, she accepts your package. But she wasn't there today, so yeah, apologies for a little bit of delay. But that's why we always say it's second class post, even though we do send it first, so it gets to you quicker. But it's just because that eventuality is it's a rather common
Yeah.
occurrence with them.
I'd say even without them being delayed or anything, sometimes just they are naturally delayed by a backlog of loads of orders and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully you will all getting your prizes and purchases, items, whatever, as soon as possible. But John, what have we got lined up for this week?
Well, on this week's show, we are going to be clearing out some more of our smaller stock. So we're going to bundle together some 4, 5 item bundles, and they're going to be up for grabs on the show. We've accumulated a good amount of stock here, and we need to move some of it through so we can explore some new ventures that we would like to invest in. But yeah, obviously we got to get some money to invest in the new ventures. So that's what
Oh, yes.
we're gonna be focusing on this week, clearing some of those through, and then of course the battle raffle on Friday. Vape or no vape again on the Saturday, and hopefully numbers are a bit better this week. But I mean, it was one of the subjects that I was gonna touch on, because I saw somebody talking this morning as regards to Facebook, and how it was. I can't remember now. There is a big difference between 10 and 100 billion, but was wiped off the value of Facebook on the basis of companies leaving Facebook left, right, and center. People
What's
are.
Zuckerberg going to do? He must. Oh, is he beans on toast now, mate? Is he beans on
It's going
toast?
to be smart price before long, but basically, as the guy was saying, and I've felt this for a while, you know, Facebook existed, and effectively it took out MySpace, and then ever
Poor
since
Tom.
then,
R.I.P.
it's either bought its competitors, i.e., Instagram, or it's tried to reproduce what they do. And the problem is, you've got one platform that is Facebook in itself, and then it's trying to do Instagram. Then Instagram tried to do Reels to take out TikTok. It tried to take on YouTube with its IGTV, and it's just become so diluted now with everything that it's doing. You know, we found the same. You have to pay to get any reach on Facebook now, and we're not allowed to pay for any advertising on Facebook because we're classed as tobacco, even though we're not. And
Idiots
subsequently,
don't like vaping. They don't like vaping.
yeah, and as I
But
say,
speaking of
it's
which, let's
hot
get back
times.
onto the happiness, the vaping. That's what you're here for, guys. Vape or no vape, battle raffles, the bog standard prices that you've come to expect, guys. Like cheaper than off retail. We have retail value waffles, shall we call them? Waffles, whatever. So that no keywords are said, you know what I mean? And they're three squiddly diddlies, as John likes to say. We have loads of them. We have got the £10 special that is still active. It was originally only for the patrons. If you're watching this and you want to know what it is, inbox myself or John, and yeah, we will tell you the availability of tickets and what the prices are if you're not aware of it. But let's just say there's going to be at least 20 salts in there. There's a half price game of vape or no vape in there, and you can choose your prize when you win. So it is entirely down to you guys.
Tidy, tidy, tidy. Love it.
Indeed.
Well, yeah, as I say, we haven't got anything else planned for the week, unless there's something you've got up your sleeve that I'm not aware of, Mr. Jake Bates. Are you going to pull
Well,
a?
I am back on the old MVP, chuffing away on that, because I saw it on the last show we did, where one of our patrons, yes, only £10 per month, walked away with the brand new unused Inikin MVP pod system
Well done,
in
Pete.
box. And yeah, Pete Larison got the all black finish one, which is quite sexy. He could have chose this one, but he went for the all black, which
Yeah, it's nice device that.
right.
That was the first Inikin in a while that impressed me with its flavour. I know they had struggled in the past for me and for the devices that I've tried with
I
flavor.
love their pods.
But the MVP was yeah, great bit of kit. I mean, for me, it's stealth vape. It is a proper low key occasional use for me. If I need something that I can use in very discreet areas, because you know I'm not a podder. But having said that, not being a podder, when I had the COVID, which is apologies why it's taken us 2 weeks to do this podcast, sick with the COVID last week. The only thing I was able to vape was the H45 from Geek Vape, and it delivered the flavor. You know, for a while I had no taste buds. I couldn't taste anything. Everything just tasted like metal. So while I was using that, the flavor started to come back through, and then as it came back through in absolute droves. It's a
Get
real
rid of
flavor banger.
all your crappy juices then. So you're just like, oh no, I know I don't like this one. Fuck it.
That's exactly it. It was actually more of a case of I know that one was too cold for me. I did like it, but the bubonic, the pineapple candy, loved the flavor, but it was just too cold for me in the RTAs. And yeah, put that in the pod system, and I could chuff away because I couldn't feel it. It was gone.
Fair play, fair play. Well, there you go, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen. Unless there is anything to add, we are keeping these short, guys. We're keeping them about 20, 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long we've been on right now. Have you got
16 minutes and 35 seconds we have been on the podcast episode.
We haven't quite hit the 20 minutes that we did last time, but as I said, we're aiming for around 20, 30. It's only our second Vapecast ever. So yeah, John, if you've got anything left to say, that's me.
Yeah, well, to say, stick around. Next week I will be doing, well, within the next week I'll be doing a review on the Recurve 2 versus the original Recurve. So we'll have that to talk about on next week's podcast. We have got the Chroma 217. Again, we'll have that to talk about on the podcast. H45 from Geek Vape. I'm rattling through that Obelisk 65 as well. So we've got lots of items that are currently in hand and in the process of being reviewed as well. So make sure you have subscribed. Turn the notifications on. That's the important thing. On the little button, you hit the bell when it gets like highlighted and stuff. And of course,
love to rest the channel and smash that like button.
Yes, and don't forget to follow us on all of the other social media platforms that we are on as well. And actually, here's a question for anybody that has got this far. Thank you very much for getting to this point of the podcast. But is there a streaming platform out there at the moment other than Facebook for streaming lives too? We already do Twitch and we do YouTube and we do Facebook. But we want somewhere like Facebook where we can share our live and we can reach out to new people. And we're just a little bit stuck at the moment for where to do it. So if you've got any ideas anywhere where you think we should try streaming to, then please do let us know in the comments what you reckon.
Vote. And on that note,
indeed. Have a great start to the week, guys. We will hopefully catch you all Wednesday from 9 p.m. Well, actually, I tell a lie. We'll catch the patrons from Wednesday, 9 p.m.-ish, and we will catch everybody else from 10 o'clock on the Wednesday show. Please be sure to join us then. But for now, take care. From me, #One Job John.
And from me, ciao, ciao.
But from you, ciao, is that your new name, ciao, ciao?
Yeah, ciao, ciao. You know, I'm feeling Chinese.
Fair deuce.